Welcome back. You're watching One on One. We're talking with world-renowned singer-songwriter Krista Burgh. Now, in terms of your defining moments, watching your career as it grew, where did you feel then you really could say, okay, this is the point where I can say, I can call myself someone, or, I mean, ego apart, you know?
Gosh, there were a number of moments, again, like little footsteps. I remember one time I was in Canada with my second album, Spanish Train and Other Stories, at a radio station called CHOM, CHOM, C-H-O-M, in Montreal. And this record exploded, initially in French Canada and then right across Canada to become multi-platinum, and not a lot of interest anywhere else in the world. And that was a moment of enormous excitement because that radio station really kind of broke the record. And then again, later I had an album called Eastern Wind, which was a huge hit record in Norway. Now, don't ask me why Norway. It's the biggest record since Abbey Road in Norway, and it's one of the all-time bestsellers. So little things. Then Germany, which has been hugely important to my career. #1 album in '82, and a lot since then. And it's a huge economy, a very important music business economy. And I'm trying to be humble here, but I am a superstar in Germany. And peripheral countries like Holland, Switzerland, Austria.
I think you're saying my favourite song, The Head and the Heart, was the big hit in Holland.
Absolutely, yeah, The Head and the Heart. They loved that one in Holland. It's funny how individual songs became hits, like High and Emotion, #1 in France, for example, and a few other places. But it has been, for me, very much a long-haul project. I don't plan to do anything else, and right from the start I wasn't really expecting to do anything else with my career or my time.
In spite of a remarkably long list of very complex and, sort of very structured songs, the one that you get known for is the pop one, The Lady in Red. And as you joke, people walk down past you in the street humming it. I mean, obviously it was a huge hit, and it's a beautiful song, but to what extent does it bother you that that's come to define your career?
Well, it doesn't bother me at all. I think most writers would love to have a signature song that becomes a world hit and a standard long after they've gone, which I think probably this one is going to be. I had no idea at the time it was going to be such a smash, but such an enduring song. And those people who come to my concerts expecting just to hear Lady in Red and other songs are shocked by the impact and the energy of a powerful live rock concert. It's 3 hours of full-on dancing, jumping up and down, with a couple of quiet ballads in between, and that's one of them.
I've never seen you looking so lovely as you did tonight. I've never seen you shine so bright. I've never seen so many men ask you if you wanted to dance. They're looking for a little romance, given half a chance. And I have never seen that dress you're wearing, or the highlights in your hair that catch your eyes. I have been blind. The lady in red is dancing with me, cheek to cheek. There's nobody here, just you and me.
I mean, it's musically also very, it draws you along, so possibly there's something.
Well, I have a little theory about this as I deconstruct songs to figure out why did they work. A classic one, incidentally, is the Beatles song Yesterday, because it's almost like a mathematical construction. I'm sure Paul McCartney didn't realize that at the time, but he's such a gifted musician, it all kind of clicked into place. But with Lady in Red, it's the key, which is a very warm key of B flat. And right at the beginning of the song, almost as an afterthought, I put in these harmonized ooh, which kind of, I don't know, that sort of feeling sucking you in. And I remember describing the song shortly after I finished recording it to somebody, as it's like being naked and putting on a fur coat. It's kind of, ooh, you know. So if you'd like to try that someday, yes.
Private moment, if that's okay.
It's private moment.
You also give back. I mean, I know you're involved with campaigns to prevent malnutrition and so on. How important is it to you to make sure you're involved and give something back as well?
Well, I was very fortunate to be elected a United Nations ambassador last year. And the idea is to really raise funds through the growing of a natural product plant called spirulina, and that, when freeze-dried, can be then moved at speed to areas of great famine. I am, as you probably know, very wary of pop stars attempting to change the world. Some of them appear to be ill-informed. Perhaps some of them have an eye for the main chance. Some of them are absolutely genuine about their strong beliefs. I think if you're going to do it, you do it quietly, to try and make a difference. And after all, that's what you want to have on your gravestone, isn't it? He made a difference.
Obviously, your music will live on, but how would you like to be remembered? What legacy would you like to leave behind?
Well, it's a substantial body of work, and I would like to think that some of it will be appreciated in later years. We are in an industry that is fickle and short-term. A lot of music can be made like a daily newspaper. It's sort of discarded almost immediately. I've always been interested in writing songs and albums that are more like books that do have an endurance to them. I would love to, even in, say, 20 years if I'm around, I'd love to sort of earwig on young people perhaps finding the records for the first time. And I'm always delighted to see so many young people at my concerts. I mean, not just, teenagers. I was recently in Denmark, and there was two young girls off to my left, and they must have been 12 and 14, and they were just digging it big time. They knew every word of everything. And for me, this indicates this, number one, there's something about the music obviously young people like, but number two, they feel possibly failed by the other stuff they're hearing. The point I should make about Iran is that, okay, my music is now publicly accepted, but the underground movement means that people had the choice of everything. I mean, people coming back from America with, Def Leppard or real grunge rock, whatever. They had the choice, but it appears that my music is loved. But I love the fact that it's not just my generation who are into the stuff that I do, but it's the younger generation, and that is such a thrill too.
But if it was how you yourself as a person would be remembered, Christopher Burgh, what would you like that to be?
That sounds really corny, but I would love just a brief phrase: he made people happy.
I wish you luck with that, Chris. Thank you very much.
Please.